We'll start with breaking news. Mozambique's top court on Monday confirming the ruling party Frelimo's victory in an October election which sparked massive protests by opposition groups who say the vote was rigged. Now, according to the court, Frelimo got 65.17% of the vote, down from the initial 71%, confirming Daniel Chapo's victory. Let's now speak to Mozambican journalist Clemente, who is joining us. Clement, good evening to you, in fact, and thank you so much for your time. Let's just start with why the court believes that this particular ruling is the correct one and that this is, in fact, the result that they needed to confirm. What persuaded it?
Well, good afternoon, and it's always a pleasure to be with you. Welcome. Thanks for having me on the show. Yeah, this was been expected already because, unfortunately, unlike in the judiciary and any sort of institutions that are illegal institutions are totally linked to the government. So Frelimo, the president himself, is the one who appoints all sorts of judges, prosecutors and the attorneys whatsoever. So you wouldn't expect any sort of a different result from these elections. As a matter of fact, I did give an interview to SABC radio and I did say that obviously Daniel Chapo would have been declared the winner, and this is what is happening because, everybody could tell. The issue of asking people not to strike before the proclamation of the victory by the Constitutional Council was just so they could stop any sort of uprisings or riots, strikes, however you want to call it. But it's not because they were going to bring any sort of of news. We already knew what the outcome would have been. So Clement, unfortunately, some people, yes?
Yeah, I just wanted to check. Then what becomes, what has become the reaction then to this result that you say a number of people were expecting?
Yeah, already as we speak, there are some, tires being bent. Some people have started to riot. The looting is basically about to start as well because some young people were, giving out messages that they wouldn't accept the result if the result was in favor of Frelimo. The thing is, just to give you a picture, this is not just about the electoral result. This is the fatigue young people are showing after 50 years of bad governance. Just to put it in simple terms, people are tired of corruption. They are tired of living in a country where there are no roads, where there is no, fairly division of goods such as minerals, which is only going to the governors and the children and, stuff like that. So this is what is transpiring in these elections. It's not because people are striking just because they don't believe in these results, but it's also because the service delivery is just under the expectations of the masses, unfortunately.
And has Venancio Mondlane said anything?
As I did say, Venancio Mondlane, before these results by the Constitutional Council, he sort of had an idea, as any other Mozambican did have, that the result was going to be in favor of Frelimo, that they were going to rule in favor of Frelimo. And as they did now, after this, or during this meeting of validation and proclamation of Frelimo's victory, Venancio said, if Lucia Ribeiro, which is the president judge of the Constitutional Council, rules in favor of Frelimo, then automatically the V8 strike has already been released. So now, because the result was non-different to what was expected, then obviously at any time, the looting, the burning of tires, blocking of roads must have started. As I'm speaking to you right now, we have seen some images on television of there's this it's called the Accordo de Lusaka. Young people were already burning there. I can say to you that the V8 strike has actually already started.
So let's talk about this V8 strike and give us an understanding of what it means then, this turbo V8 of this part of the protest that now starts.
Yeah, Venancio Mondlane started to name all the phases of the strike with different names so that people wouldn't get tired of striking without knowing what exactly they were doing. So he called the first three phases of the strike. He called them the first, second, and third phase. And as from the fourth one, he called this 4x4, which is a content car that allows you to drive non-paved roads without difficulties. So now, after this, he then said the next one would have been the most. It can do much more efficient. So it didn't unleash this strike last week as it was supposed to have been, because the government was expecting that to happen a week ago. But it said, no, let's just wait and see the results by the Constitutional Council. And if by any chance they rule in favor of Frelimo, then obviously the V8 is already unleashed. So what you can expect is what we have already been seeing. I mean, banging of tires, blocking roads, and a little bit of looting here and there, maybe blocking even the borders, because, I mean, the borders have been blocked as a way also of demonstrating the people's anger, as well as the fact that they don't accept this electoral result. So I believe maybe today still, or even tomorrow, the Rustano Garcia-Lebombo border might be closed again.
All right. Clement, thank you so much for that update. Appreciate it. That is Mozambican journalist Clemente Carlos.